Well, one of the first things that came out this week was on Amazon Prime or Prime TV or Prime Video, which was a Mary J Blige. I don't know if you'd call it a documentary, maybe a documentary. It was called My Life by Mary J Blige. It's on Prime Video. I thought it was very, very good. I thought it was beautifully shot. I liked the way that in between like segments, they went to like these kind of drawings and of these like little black girls and stuff like that. It looked really arty.
Yeah, we did.
Like I thought it was really, really good. Rich, you watch it?
Yeah, no, yeah. It honestly, yeah, it was good. Like when you mentioned about the artwork, and I thought the way it looks, and I thought, what's he talking about? I thought, let me just watch it, and I thought, you know what? Yeah, I get exactly what you mean. The content was there. She's had it. It seems from what I was watching, she's had it tough.
Yeah.
She's really had it tough, and there was particular subjects she didn't really want to go into. Because I've always queried why she's never had a child. And I thought would have kind of semi-touched on that amongst everything else, but they didn't. But it just like with the documentary, it showed when she grew up, her mom and dad split up, and so they more or less moved to the projects, where that's like, when it's like 95 floors, and you think, yeah, it's one of those ones, yeah, like.
So her sister and her mum, innit?
Yeah. So is there 3 sisters, or is it just 2?
Just two.
Because the other one looks.
The other one looked like her as well, innit? Yeah. Because I was saying to Miss, I was like, is that a third one? But it was just the 2 sisters. Maybe it's a cousin or something.
Well, they definitely look alike and sound the same as well.
It was even like looking back at pictures of her like in her early years. Like I was like, I don't know if I was about these times, like. And I was around, like, I would hollered at her, like, do you get me? Like,
110%.
Like, I don't mean to make that sound superficial or any of those kind of things. Like, but I was like, okay, cool. Mary's always had it going on. I think that album was like, there's always been a kind of thing where we talk about, like, do we like Happy Mary or do we like Sad Mary? And like My Life was more of a sad Mary, and like she's always kind of held pain. And then there was a bit, I think there's kind of 1 or 2 albums where she's mad happy, yeah. And people are like, no, but it's not the same Mary. But I like I said, for me, like her mum was like dealing with the alcoholism, the alcohol, the crack that was in the area, all of that. Like, it was just really, it was interesting to know, because you don't necessarily know what people are going through. You only see what they show you on the outside.
Yeah. Totally agree. And probably in regards to the music and what you're saying about people are like the sad Mary, it's because the sad Mary was probably all enforced in the first 2 albums, because this is what makes you, right, as an artist. Your first and second album really, really make you, because it's the true pain that you're feeling, you're going through, and you bring it all out, and that's what everyone loved and could relate to it. And like you said, the happy stuff, where she probably where she got writers to help her write her albums. That's where they said, let's try and go in a different direction, which kind of makes sense.
You've also come from a different place now. You've got money. You can do things that you wouldn't be able to do before. You could potentially moved out of the projects. You can't now be still singing about that pain that you had, because that's not where you are anymore. It's almost like, and it's like, like rappers or trappers or whatever, like, and people that are spitting, like, you can't expect a man to still be rapping about hoods where you ain't lived in the hood for 6-7 years.
Yeah, agreed.
You get me? Your material, your subject material has to change.
Yeah, exactly. But it was good. I never knew Puff Daddy, or whatever he calls himself now,
Puff Daddy, P Diddy Coombs, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I didn't know he was, he linked up with her or anything like that. I didn't know any of that, like bringing her in and all that kind of stuff, which was shocked me. And you forget Puff Daddy's like, he's been around, he's been involved in with a lot of people, and he instilled a lot of confidence in her. And she mentioned that, there's so much stuff he kept on reassuring her, because throughout the documentary, you come to realize she's got a lot of mental health issues. Oh, because she talks about this, her this Mary J Blige, and there's another Mary J Blige, and she's still kind of working on it. She mentioned working on it a few times. I think when it was her birthday, when she was at the table, and she's still working on it, something like that. But it just shows that she's still got, no matter how old you get, no matter how much money you have, when you go through something at a young age, it stays with you, and it's the burden. It plays with your mind. You just can't get away, depending on how severe whatever happened when you're younger. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it.
No, it was definitely good. I thought it was really good. That's on Prime, on Amazon Prime. It's probably about just less than an hour and a half, 82 minutes or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
No, it does.
Yeah, no. I think you'd enjoy it. Like I said, it was, if it was, especially, that's something you could watch the missus, but it's also like an insight into her life that you just didn't know.
Yeah. And because she was mentioning through it that life is hard. I've had it hard. I've had it tough. You don't know. And I think there was a couple of interviews as well. She was being really like awkward with the interviewer, and she's the interviewers, when they always ask too much questions, didn't want to tell someone. Yeah, that's right. I think there's a point. Who did she go out with? Who's that guy again?
Casey from Jodeci.
Yeah,
Casey.
Oh yeah.
So
I didn't know that. I thought she went out with Case from, the Case, like the actual Case, KASE, one that sang with Joe.
She might have gone out with Casey as well, but I know she went out with Casey. From Jodeci, she went out with Casey.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but that got a bit violent.
Yeah.
But young in love, and you get older, just things happen, innit?
Yeah.
But big.
But yeah, definitely go and check that out. That's on Prime Video. It's worth a watch. I think it's also especially worth a watch for those that know her from things like Power, like Power Book 2, and like know her from, what's the other one that she does?
Umbrella Academy.
Like if you know her as an actor or actress, for example, you don't necessarily know her as musician. Like
it's true, because everyone that's just kind of coming up, all like the younger generation, that's how they're gonna know her. Just
they probably won't even know that she's
random in Umbrella Academy, and so. I guess as we've grown up with our music,
And the thing is, what made me a bit sad is I know her music, but I don't know it. So I just kind of went back to listen to her music again.
Her backlog.
I probably like listening to Mary's album.
Her backlog's nice, man. Her backlog was nice.
That's some big tunes, man.